What is up, guys? This is Team Uberments right here, and this is James Munoz, who got top 8 with Shadow Paladins at the last ARG Fort Lauderdale. What's up, guys? So James, tell me about your experience at ARG and just whatever, and tell me something about yourself.
It was really fun, ARG, for the first time ever entering an ARG event. A lot of competition, it was fun. I played a lot of Thing Savers. And, you know, this deck really has a good fight against most of the majority of the meta decks. If you want
what'd you fight in Swiss?
In Swiss, I played Techikazes, Musketeers, and like 3 other Thing Savers.
Yeah, Thing Saver was everywhere.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't play against any Risers, you know, because I was loud.
I fought Risers. I actually beat Risers.
It was a very fun event. I just
pretty much that's all it is. Stay at 2, but for me in my scenario, he didn't ride what you call again the real boss monster. He had to ride the other guy.
And I was lucky to play at least one shadow player deck, so it was like one mirror match, you know.
All right, so let's get this deck profile on the way.
Okay, we'll start off with the starter. Of course, you know it's Revengers.
Judge
you want
Bow.
to play with Judge Bow. You know he's a really good card to have, especially in this format. You know, because especially when you stride, you know. So we'll start with the starter. That's it, and then I play 4 Mordred Phantoms, the break rights. You know, a great card, especially right now at least.
Gives you a free card.
Yeah, it gives you a free card, and especially it's good to toss away after you stride, plus the 5k and the boost to the Vanguard. And then you play 4 Phantom Abyss.
That ain't Raging Form.
Raging Form's been booted.
Yeah, because he's a great card to play, especially in this format. You know, specify why it's called PBA. Because you counterblast 2 once you Legion, you pretty much kill 3 Revengers and you stand up again. And you know the most of the play you want to put Judge Bow behind Abyss, you know, for you can get the free Sword Breakers, which I'll show later, and you know get free pluses, and he's a free kill because he's an Avenger card.
All right.
So that's my grade 3 lineup. Now to go to grade 2s. I play 1 overcoming Revenger at Rebux.
He's really good, especially on the break right turn.
Oh yeah, he's amazing because even if you have to go for game and it's the last thing, he saved me a lot in ARG because when you put grade 1s or lesses on the field, he gains a 3k boost. So like if you have to kill the boosters behind him for Abyss,
PBA, yeah,
you pretty much have a big booster without triggers. So I play him at 1. Then I play 3 Blasted Dark Revengers.
Because you play Dorant, right?
Yeah, I play 4 Dorant, 4 to 3 Dorants, I believe. You know, for the extra counterblast, just in case the unflip, just in case I don't have enough, open for a PBA.
I remember when Dorant first got announced, every Shadow Paladin player was having a parade. We finally unflipped damage.
Then we play 4 the mate, Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss. You know, free pop for grade 1, especially for early game. You know, you can pop the starters that decks that need to kill something. So he's a great starter, especially you need to run 4 for Abyss.
Yep.
So that's the grade 2 lineup. And then we run 4 more carts. Because he's great to have on the rear, especially when you're about to Legion. You get that grade 1 or less Revenger, and get the free cut. And he's a good ride card.
And he's that card that you want to call with Mordred.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to grab that one.
And, he's a 9k, so it helps. So that's the grade 2 lineup. Now for the grade 1s, I run 2 Sword Breakers. They're great to not, ride first part, but they're great for late game, especially when people let Judge Bow hit. And you can grab him, and then you Soul Blast 2, and you draw.
Sometimes we don't have a choice but to let him hit.
Of course, especially since they changed the ruling where if he hits a rear guard 2, it still goes off. I had that happen in the last singles regionals in Atlanta. Then I play 1 Quintet Wall. Great card to tech in for this format, just because it's if you were still playing Legion, you get to toss the 5 into the thing.
And strides, because strides get really big, and you don't want to waste too much hand.
So at least 1. It really helped me a lot in ARG. And then I run, of course, 3 perfect guards. McLaren,
you need them.
Greatest cards,
If you do not play perfect guards, what's wrong with you?
So you got these. Then you got, of course, 3 Dorants. Just in case you ride Blasted Dark and put Dorant first, and then you play Blasted Dark Revenger and unflip 1. Great card, especially a good card to kill off.
All right.
Then we got 4 10K attackers.
For that early game rush.
That beautiful rush and the first awesome ride, and great kill card, you know, because you want to kill stuff. And then we'll start with finally with the trigger lineup. I run 4 draws, you know, just to gain hand advantage, especially since this deck, you know, lets you draw a lot, especially with the sword breakers too, so extra pluses. Then I play 4 Grim Revengers and 4 Revenger Air Raid Dragon.
So standard lineup pretty much.
Yeah, 8 crits. You
8 crits, 4 draws, and then 4 heals afterwards.
Yeah.
So just
pretty
standard.
much. Yeah, pretty much. Like you said, 4 heals.
Yeah, standard.
And of course, you know, I don't have them with me, but the strides.
All right, so what was your best matchup and what was your hardest matchup in the whole tournament?
My easiest matchup was Musketeers, because really they just spam all the field and spend 30 minutes of my time just waiting, and then pretty much just rushing them. They don't really have enough guard in the beginning because they're always like tossing and doing stuff, and they don't really care about draw power, just powering up the rears. So they were my easiest matchup. And then the hardest matchup I had was round 5. You know, the topping game. If I would have lost, I wouldn't have topped. Was against Sting Saver with a twist of MLB.
Oh, that guy! I remember that guy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting.
I remember him at the ARG in Orlando.
I let Wingo Brave hit, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't know." He went MLB. He got game 1, critted me. I couldn't do anything. Game 2, pretty much it was standard. He missed his ride, so he had the G assist twice.
Oh god!
So I ended up, you know, rushing the crap out of him.
That's
That
rude.
wasn't a rush, that was a mugging.
And then finally in game 3, which was the most intense, we both had the G assist. We ended up going, you know, I had Abyss. We kept going at it. It came down to me either activating a quintet wall or just letting him hit. I was at 4 damage. I ended up letting him hit. He didn't hit no crits. I was at 5. He swung with Thing Saver 3 times. I blocked everything. I ended up counting his card. He only had 2 cards in deck. And pretty much, I ended up topping the BBA.
That was rude. I saw that shit.
This man just clutched the entire team.
And then pretty much that's what happened. And I swung with the rear. He took it. And then I ended my turn. He drew the card, and the game was over.
All right, so what'd you lose to at top 8?
Thing Saver again.
Oh wow!
Thing Saver was my end. It was the last Thing Saver of the tournament, and he ended up getting the good hand and healing at 6 when I tried to kill him.
All right.
It happens.
I beat that guy.
So Devin avenged you.
Yeah.
That guy.
And just a little shout out to Alex Espinoza. He's the one that let me borrow the deck for the ARG. You know, and shout out to the number 1 champion of ARG, Devin.
Shout out to your friend over here.
And, you know, just shout out to ARG especially. You know, they did a great job hosting an event. And
For Vanguard at least, not Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know, Yu-Gi-Oh was so
There was a lot of cheating going on.
yeah.
But all right, guys, it's Team Ubermen's, and we'll be signing out.